What if I told you the biggest obstacle to becoming wealthy isn't your job, your salary, or even the economy? It's something much closer than that. It's the way your brain thinks about money. Every dollar you earn, every purchase you make, every investment you choose is driven by psychology far more than logic. Fear can empty your wallet. Greed can make you lose everything. By the end of this video, you'll understand why mastering your money starts with mastering your mind. But first, we need to understand why your brain keeps making financial decisions that feel good today but hurt you tomorrow. Have you ever bought something and regretted it just a few hours later? That's because your brain loves instant rewards. Scientists call this instant gratification. Your brain naturally prefers a small reward today over a much bigger reward tomorrow. That's why sales, discounts, and limited time offers feel so irresistible. Companies spend billions of dollars learning how to influence your decisions. They're not just selling products, they're competing for your attention. And attention often turns into spending. The people who build wealth learn one simple skill: pausing before they buy. Because every financial decision begins in the mind, long before it reaches your wallet. If our brains are wired to spend, can we actually rewire them to build wealth instead? The good news is, your financial habits aren't permanent. Your brain can be rewired. Every habit follows the same simple loop: cue, action, and reward. See an online sale? Buy something. Feel good for a moment. A few days later, the excitement disappears, but the money is gone. Now imagine replacing that habit with a different reward. Instead of buying something, move that money into your savings. At first, it feels difficult because your brain craves the old reward. But every time you choose saving over spending, those new habits grow stronger. Eventually, saving money starts to feel just as satisfying as buying something new. That's the moment your money mindset changes, and your future starts changing with it. But even people with great habits can still lose money because of two powerful emotions: fear and greed. If there are two emotions that have destroyed more wealth than anything else, they're fear and greed. Fear tells you to do nothing, even when opportunity is right in front of you. It whispers, "What if I lose everything?" Greed says the exact opposite. It whispers, "Just one more investment. You'll get rich." Both emotions push you away from smart decisions. History shows that people often buy when prices are already high and panic when prices begin to fall. The greatest investors don't eliminate emotion. They refuse to let emotion make their decisions. Because lasting wealth is built with discipline, not excitement. If emotions are the problem, how do wealthy people consistently make better financial decisions? Most people believe wealthy people simply earn more money, but that's only part of the story. The real difference is how they think about every dollar they earn. Average earners ask, "What can I buy with this money?" Wealth builders ask a different question: how can this money make more money? They stop seeing money as something to spend and start seeing it as a tool. Every dollar has a job. Spend it, save it, or invest it. The wealthy don't try to look rich. They focus on becoming rich. Real wealth is often invisible. Because freedom isn't about owning the most things, it's about having the most choices. And that mindset, not a bigger paycheck, is where lasting wealth truly begins. But even with the right mindset, millions of people still sabotage their finances, often without realizing it. Most financial mistakes don't look dangerous at first. They look completely normal. The first mistake is spending money just to impress other people. Trying to look rich often prevents people from actually becoming rich. The second mistake is believing you'll save whatever is left at the end of the month. But if saving depends on leftovers, there usually aren't any. The third mistake is letting lifestyle inflation quietly take over. The more you earn, the more you spend, until nothing really changes. Another mistake is waiting for the perfect moment to invest. The perfect time rarely arrives, but time itself is your greatest advantage. The biggest financial mistake isn't making a bad decision once. It's repeating the same mistake for years. So how do you escape these traps? The answer isn't a secret investment. It's building a system. The wealthiest people don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. A good money system removes the need to make the same decision over and over again. The first step is simple. Pay yourself first. Don't save what's left after spending. Spend what's left after saving. Next, automate your savings so your future doesn't depend on your mood. Even a small amount invested every month can grow into something extraordinary. The goal isn't to get rich overnight. It's to become richer every year. Small improvements repeated consistently will always beat big changes that don't last. Financial freedom isn't built by one perfect decision. It's built by thousands of good ones. Master your habits, and your money will eventually follow. Here's the biggest surprise of all. Becoming wealthy has far less to do with intelligence than you think. Here's the truth almost nobody talks about. Wealth isn't built by making one brilliant decision. It's built by making good decisions, consistently. Think of your financial life like planting a tree. You don't see results after one day, or even after 1 month. But years later, that tiny seed becomes something extraordinary. Money works exactly the same way. The people who stay patient usually outperform the people chasing shortcuts. Success with money isn't about predicting the future. It's about building habits that work, no matter what the future brings. So what does all of this look like in real life? Imagine two people who start in exactly the same place. They earn the same salary, live in the same city, and start with the same opportunities. The only difference is how they think about money. One spends first and saves whatever is left. The other saves first, then spends what's left. A year later, the difference is barely noticeable. 5 years later, the gap becomes impossible to ignore. Not because one was smarter, but because one built better habits. Money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies the habits you already have. The psychology of money isn't about becoming obsessed with wealth. It's about making choices today that give you more freedom tomorrow.